God of War ends with the realization that the future can be predicted and that time travel may be possible. Once Kratos and Atreus finally reach Jotunheim to scatter Faye's ashes among the land of the giants, they learn that Atreus' mother was actually also a giant and protector of the realm of Jotunheim from Midgard, which we learn from the wall paintings depicting our whole journey from start to finish, meaning the giants had foreseen our journey before it had already began. As we also learn that Atreus' name from his mother's side was Loki. Yes, that same Loki from Nordic mythology. Now, here's where it gets interesting. After viewing the visible paintings, Atreus runs along while Kratos lingers on a moment longer, as he spots more to Atreus' tail hiding under the hanging drapes. And upon lifting it out of the way, an image is revealed depicting Kratos lying on the floor with his head in Atreus' arms, showcasing that he is either seriously injured or dead. But before we get more into the final image, let's jump ahead to the true ending of the game that is available once you decide to go and visit home. A message appears showing years have passed and Thor, the god of thunder, comes banging on the door for Kratos, as the camera then focuses on Thor's hammer Mjolnir as we cut to the credits. Now this obviously is setting anticipation up for the sequel to God of War. But going back to the final image in Jotunheim, as Kratos lays on the floor with his head smashed in, while Atreus seems to be crying out in anger, and we see what appears to be a serpent coming out of Atreus' mouth, or should I say, Loki's mouth. In Nordic mythology, Loki is the father of the world serpent, and in this game the world serpent actually said as much that Atreus seemed familiar to him, which is really starting to build the connection that Atreus will take on the role of the god Loki within God of War, and give creation to the world serpent.
Thor statu inis tu fa.
So, I hear you ask, how can Atreus be the creator of the world serpent if he's just a kid and the world serpent already exists and is fully grown in the game's present day? Well, this is where Mimir comes into play, the smartest man alive. He tells us a tale, well, a rumour that Ragnarok has already happened, and that Jormungandr and Thor clashed in a battle so hard that the world tree shattering sent the world serpent hurtling back through time, to the period our story takes place within. We also hear some more evidence of this during a side quest for a spirit, where a spirit states that the world serpent just sort of appeared, and was the reason for the flooding that lost the spirit his previous life. Now, the world serpent and Thor are supposed to be enemies and will enter an epic battle come Ragnarok. But why are they enemies? Well, here's my theory. Thor will seriously hurt or even kill Kratos in the meeting we see in the game's true ending, where Thor comes banging on the door, that will take place in the game's sequel. This is when, out of anger and rage, Atreus realizes his godly powers and creates the world serpent with the intent of destroying Thor, to gain revenge for his father Kratos. And that's how I believe the feud between the world serpent and Thor begins in the God of War universe. So in a sense, the world serpent was created with the sole purpose of destroying Thor. So, it seems the secrets of God of War are hidden behind tiny details throughout the game, such as in conversations, which is absolutely brilliant. And it looks like we will battle Thor in the game's sequel, as Atreus' visions in the game's true ending foretells. And as the hidden painting shows in Jotunheim, Kratos will be put out of action, and Atreus, aka Loki, will create the world serpent in that very moment. At the same time, even if Kratos isn't just injured and does actually die, believe me, he won't remain dead for long, as I am pretty sure he'll break out of Helmheim in no time and return to the land of the living. But by the time Atreus finds out his dad is still alive and well, his journey as Loki will have already begun. I'm also speculating, if this is the case within the sequel that Kratos does die, I believe it will be the time we will get to see the other side of Helmheim across the bridge, the one Freya specifically told us not to cross, with the giant crow-like bird protecting it, as he may be the boss during that sequence of the sequel. And another piece of speculation I'd like to put out there is that the giants aren't really dead, because when we scatter Faye's ashes at the end of the game, they seem all magical, golden and sparkly, which must mean her ashes are the key to reawakening the giants, which is why she also never reawakened them herself, since she can't scatter her own ashes. Cory Barlog also stated that the climbing markers we see throughout our journey that guide us were painted by Faye, as she made the journey once herself, knowing one day her son and husband will have to make the same journey. This also explains why we can't travel back to Jotunheim, the land of the giants, after leaving, because if we could go back, theoretically we should be able to see the giants regaining consciousness. So I do personally believe with these little details and hints that the game gives us that we shall see the return of the giants within the God of War sequel. I mean, this is all an educated guess using the information that the game gives us, and the mad genius Corey Barlog also said in a Spoilercast podcast that he put in a ton of hints and things that will reveal themselves within future God of War sequels. So when we play future games and come back to this one, we'll be like, oh damn, it was there all along. But other than that, I'm Played by Vix. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'd love to know what you may believe will happen within the sequel. Thank you for watching, take care, and I shall catch you guys in the next one.
Goodbye, Faye.
I love you, Mom.